Hey, you're once again listening to Rogan Radio, and tonight, very special guest in the studio. We have from fame and fortune, the man, the myth, the legend himself. We have the Duggar in the studio. We have the Duggar.
Yeah, well, thank you, Chuck. Well, you got the first part of that fame and
fortune.
You got the first part right.
That's fantastic. Also in the background, Buster, show your head. We had the Mad NoMadder here tonight. We're going to be talking about some of his travels. We talked last week about the Yellowstone and the big volcano there, so that's going to be a pretty interesting conversation a little bit later. Buster, he's going all across the United States filming some pretty neat things. But anyway, this is going to be a fantastic segment because we can't, you know, Doug, you're in the West Virginia Broadcasting Hall of Fame, which is fantastic.
I know. You know, that's an honor, but, you know, I look at it this way.
Right.
When they put you in the Hall of Fame, it's like saying, you've been in this business long enough, get the hell out of it now.
Yeah.
You know,
somebody else's turn.
Retire, go somewhere. Stop bugging us.
No, we don't want that, Duggar.
No, well,
We want you hanging around, man.
What year, I mean, because you've probably met so many people. What year did you actually start radio?
1965. You weren't even born yet.
No, I wasn't born until 1970.
Damn.
So 1965.
I was still in high school. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Still in high school.
AM station?
AM station. That's all there was back then. I mean, they were the big stations, you know.
Right. Well, that's fantastic, man. And then now you've been doing it you're still doing it to some degree.
Well, a lot of people don't realize it, but I'm actually on 4 different stations.
Oh, you 4 of them right now?
4. I didn't think there was
5
that many
now
around
with
here.
Rogan Radio.
3 in New Martinsville and 1 down in Parkersburg. I'm all over the place.
My
Can't get rid of it.
goodness, man, that is great.
Listen, I talked to a guy yesterday. I delivered a mail, and he said he listens. He goes out there toward New Martinsville, I guess, like you just said. Out there every Wednesday for work, and he listens to you out there.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm like a plague. You can't get rid of me.
You're all over. Yeah, you're all over.
I barely
the place,
ever
man.
listen to radio anymore. I listen to XM.
Well, you know what?
I know, right?
That's because
Shame.
what's there to listen to?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's what I mean, and that's the crazy part about it. Because before we started recording, we were listening to some of your old stuff when radio was radio, and you could add little things. I mean, it was the personality more than it was. I mean, it was more of a package. You know what? Now you don't really you don't get that. You don't get that feeling anymore. Mm-hmm. You don't really get entertained. You get talked to on radio.
Exactly.
Now.
It's not the fun. It doesn't have the excitement it used to have.
Not at all. Not at all. And now listen. One thing that does have a lot of excitement are the Duggar dances. Listen, I grew up with Duggar dances. I've went to Duggar dances.
Oh yeah,
everybody.
high school. That was big time for me.
You guys were probably you were the ones that I had to spend the fortune on security.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you were sneaking out in the parking lot all the time. I knew what the hell you were doing.
Listen, this is fantastic, Duggar. One time you had a big show out at the Nathan Golf Armory. And I can't remember. I couldn't not tell you who I was with. I don't remember. But we were going out. We took Joy Street in Clarksburg, right by the Hardys, okay?
Mm-hmm, right.
Now, if you're not from Clarksburg, you have no idea where I'm really talking about. However, there was a girl in a red Tempo. I do remember this. And she was broke down right there in the middle of the road. So there were like 4 or 5 of us. And we got out of this car. Now, if you do that these days, she's probably thinking gang rape. But, back in those days, we were just trying to help her, right? So we get out and we say, hey, she was about our age, right around 18, 19, something like that. Maybe even, I don't even remember. He might have been juniors or seniors, and I was held back a couple years. So anyway, we asked her, so, well, where are you going? We tried to pick her up. She goes, well, I'm going to the Duggar dance.
Yeah, he's trying to steal her from me, huh?
Absolutely. So we get her car started. She just, something happened with the battery or whatever, and how she just got stopped right in the middle of Joy Street. No idea. So we go to the Duggar dance, and honest to God, there's probably 800 or 900 people there because those things were big. I mean, you had to have them at an armory, for goodness sake.
We used to get, believe it or not, we've had 1,300 people over there already.
Wow.
1,300 at one time?
Yep.
Holy crap, man.
Listen, when I grew up in Pittsburgh, so when I got down here, my wife's from Clarksburg, and she always would tell me about these Duggar dances when she was little. Yeah, we always went to these Duggar dances, and I was like, what is a Duggar dance? And I'm thinking it was like a type of a dance or something that they went
like
to.
the Dougie, but the Duggar.
Yeah, and I'm like, the Duggar. And then when I realized it was you, I was like, and when she found out that there was going to be a new Duggar dance, she was like, oh my gosh, this is great.
Oh yeah, Vicky.
I hope you guys come.
No, that's what I asked my wife. I said, you want to go to this thing? She said, hell yeah, I want to go to this thing. So I'll have her there.
And speaking of the Duggar dance, it's a reunion dance. Now that's where I mean, because a lot of people would just right off the bat assume that it's like a high school, like what we're accustomed to, and it's not that at all. This is a reunion dance.
Right.
This is an 80 or 90. This is an adult thing. This is stuff that used to go to them that we're going to go back to them again, and it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, basically what it is It's for all the people who back in the 80s and 90s, all those who were teenagers back then, who are now in their 40s, it's for that group of people. So it's like we're doing the same thing, same music, and they're dancing with the same group of people.
Absolutely.
Except now they don't have to sneak out in the parking lot to have a drink, and they can get a room if they want to do anything else.
Yeah. But if we do sneak out in the parking lot, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you want to go back in time a little bit.
Well, you can sneak out there. Just watch what you do. Yeah.
They have cameras now.
So, Todd, if
there's
you find
cameras all
somebody
over
you
the
want to
place.
do something with,
Well,
you
I'm
could
just saying.
go get a room.
You know, we got a minivan now.
I can see it now. I'll be like, James, where in the hell is Todd, and where in the hell is Duggar at?
Hey, I want to know more about this girl at the. Did she get to the dance?
Okay, so anyway, she takes off. All right, I'm glad you. So we get down there, and then, like I said, there's 800 or 900 people. But this girl, she was hot. She was wearing she was just, by looking at her in the dark, she was just phenomenal, right? So I get down there, and I had this dollar bill.
By looking at her,
I have a dollar bill, and
That ain't enough to get you into my dance.
no. So I was walking around, and I was going up to people, and I said, "Hey, man, have you seen this girl in a red dress?" Now listen, there's 900 people there.
Sounds like a movie. The
Right.
girl in the red dress.
So I was looking for this chick. She was driving a red Tempo and had a red dress on. So I can remember specifically going up to some dude and saying, "Hey, have you seen a girl in a red dress?" He went, "Yeah, right there." So I pulled out my dollar and said, "Thanks, man," and I just took off. And I went and talked to her. I said, "Hey, you remember me? We just helped you in the car." She went, "Yeah, thanks." And that was it.
That was it. But she did come. She did come to the dance.
She was she was absolutely there.
Because I tell you, if you would have met her up at the Hardee's, and she would have went somewhere with you and not come to my dance, I'd been pissed off because you just cost me $5.
Yeah, man.
That's true.
You know?
You know what? Yeah. You know, I would have been, instead of a home wrecker, I would have been a Duggar dancer.
You've been a Duggar wrecker.
Duggar Ricker.
Duggar record.
But those things. I was talking to Tina. We call her Diamond at work, and I mean, you were everywhere, every single county. You were everywhere with those things. These things are big, man. These things are big.
We went to Buchanan, Preston County. You know, we were all over the place. I had to keep moving. People were after me.
You got to get, I'm surprised you kept your same name.
People were after
yeah.
me.
But let me ask you this though, because your sound system, and do you know much about it? Because I know James builds most of it for you, or he's like the sound guy. I mean, you're pushing out some serious wattage. I mean, these aren't little PA speaker stuff. I mean, this is like concert loudness.
We've got different size setups. The one we use at we'll be using at the Best Western is it'll do the job.
Right. Oh,
But
absolutely.
you got people there sleeping.
Oh yeah.
And,
Never
so
thought
you
about
gotta-
that.
Really?
You got to worry
People
about that,
sleep
but
there?
it'll be a nice setup with all the lighting and all that stuff, and all the music from the 80s and 90s.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And which ties into the contest. We're going to have a contest here on Rogan Radio in cooperation with Duggar Music. And every single week, we're going to be giving away a pair of tickets to go to this Duggar dance, right?
Right, every week. 2
And
tickets.
Duggar has basically been nice enough to let us figure out how to do that.
Okay.
Now, that's kind of scary.
Did you figure it out?
I'm looking for a girl in a red dress driving a red Tempo. If you do that, listen, you win a pair of tickets.
My wife used to drive a red Tempo in high school. Her
But
favorite
anyway,
color was red.
well, it could have been her then.
Oh.
Now on the final week, however, what we're going to do is we're going to pick a winner, right? That they have to like. Now there's going to be stipulations, and we'll get that clearer with everything. But they have to like Duggar Music for one on your Facebook page. Then you're going to have to share some posts,
Right.
and then at the end of the promotion, I guess the week before, maybe a couple days before, we're going to give these tickets away along with an overnight stay at the Best Western.
Right. Yeah, so you can party, and you can have a couple
And
of
you-
adult beverages,
That's what I mean, because
and you don't have to drive home.
because you have there's going to be an open bar there, right?
There'll be.
Or not an open bar, but
there'll be a
bar,
bar.
a
Yeah.
cash
Right,
bar.
right,
Yeah,
right.
there's open bar on Duggar. Everybody's going to be there.
And then you
gonna-
can go
yeah.
upstairs with someone's wife, hopefully your own, but
Now, there's going to be a bar there, a cash bar. We're going to be giving away a pair of tickets, and this pair of tickets is separate from what you
Oh,
guys.
right, absolutely.
You guys will be giving away tickets, but grand prize will be a pair of tickets for the show and an overnight stay, compliment to the Best Western. So ought to be a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely,
you know?
and
Should
that's
be a great turnout.
And that's going to be and that particular contest is going to be on Duggar Music,
Right,
But
right.
we're going to share stuff. But I mean
Oh.
that for the overnight stay and those tickets, that grand prize, that's going to be off of Duggar Music. So listen, we're going to hit that hard for the to make sure you have a chance to win that. There's no reason not. Just all you have to do is hit share a couple times here and there, and that's going to be that for that.
Now, listen, where do they go to check out Duggar's page?
Well,
On
we're
his
going
Facebook?
to put links up. We'll put links
Okay,
up to
okay.
all that. But basically, you just go to Facebook and type in Duggar Music, Dougger.
Yeah, nobody spells it right. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
You know, it's DouggerMusic. I was a
think
spelling
about
bee
it.
champion back in the day.
Yeah. And then just like the page.
And that's it. Like the
Simple as
page, and then when Duggar will make posts on there,
Mm-hmm.
and then occasionally you'll see, go ahead and, share this or like this. But the first thing you have to do is actually like the page, and then you have to pay attention to those particular posts.
Sure.
And if it says share, then you hit share, and all those names are going to go into a hat. And then at the couple days before the actual May 7th,
And that's going to be the grand prize.
Somebody's going to have a hell of a nice night because they're going to be going to a Duggar dance, and they're going to have a night to stay or place to stay.
Cutting a rug, baby.
It's gonna be, and I hope all you guys come. I want to see you there, you and your wives and all your
Oh,
friends.
we're absolutely going to be there.
Come on over. We're gonna have a good time.
Absolutely going to be there, and we're going to do a lot of video up there too.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're going to get a hospitality room, a Rogan Radio hospitality room.
Oh, that's
Really?
You know, that would be
Yeah.
cool because everybody could just stop in, come and go, and we can have record different people.
Hey, that is
Maybe
a hell
you
of a
could-
good
We
idea.
could
Maybe
do
you
something
could-
like that.
You can Rogan Radio can start a tab at the cash bar.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, we won't do that. But we
But
might.
you can have an open room where people can just come in, stop by,
We'll
chit chat,
if
take pictures.
The winners, especially the winners off of Rogan Radio to go to the Duggar dance, then we could bring them into the hospitality room. We can get a lot of interviews and stuff like that because, like I said, we're going to have our cameras out there also
Yeah.
during the Duggar dance. So that's going to be absolutely fantastic, Duggar.
It's going to be a good time.
Listen, we could talk forever. Now, tell these guys before we do anything else right now. The guy that contacted you not too long ago, who's the voice of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, you want me to tell that story?
Tell that story. Well, these guys are going to be
All right.
more interested in the fact
Well,
of his son.
Nice.
He's been the voice of the Philadelphia Eagles for 40 years.
Uh-huh.
And I get a call about 2 weeks ago. Guy says, "Is this Doug Hoffman?" Because he didn't know me as Duggar. Because
Right.
we're going way back.
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah." He said, "Do you know who this is?" I said, "No." He said, "We work together." I said, "In Parkersburg?" He said, "No." I said, "In Wheeling?" He said, "No." I said, "How long ago?" He said, "A long time ago." So I said, "At WPAZ, which is where I worked when I was still in high school, right? I was like 18.
So now that is a long
So
time.
he said yes, and I knew who it was. I said, "This is Merle Reese." He said, "You're right." Well, Merle Reese has been the voice of the Philadelphia Eagles for 40 years. He's got he does something on ESPN and all that good stuff, and he owns a radio station outside of Philadelphia also. But it was just kind of mind-boggling
cool,
that
yeah.
after all, he just out of the clear blue decided
just-
to
Yeah,
call
it's
me.
weird. Did he
No.
ever tell you why he contacted you?
No.
He was just thinking about you.
thinking about me. Yeah.
Just say, hey, what's up?
And then
So that's
and his son actually does something.
His son, Nolan, I think his name is Nolan Reese. His son does the, what do they call it? The graphics
Like the CGI kind of stuff.
Yeah.
for, well, he did Avatar.
Oh, no kidding.
No, listen,
He
the
worked
big
on
name.
Avatar. He worked
Yeah.
on the, was it the Iron Man?
Oh, yeah, the Marvel stuff?
Nice.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
How about that?
Nolan Reese. If you watch the credits, you see Nolan Reese. That's his son.
Wikipedia him, you'll
Nice.
see him.
We need to get that guy on Rogan Radio.
Hey, listen.
right.
We got
And then-
connections now, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I mean?
So then he says to me, and I've got a daughter. She's getting married in June. So right away, I'm thinking, well,
There's
I
a-
said, "You need a DJ?"
Yeah.
He said, "No." He said, "We're having a 21-piece orchestra."
My goodness, man.
21 people.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh, sorry.
So those sportscasters must do all right.
Yes, they
you know?
must do okay for themselves.
How about that? But how small the world is. I mean, think about it. What's the 6 degrees of separation or something like
Yeah,
that?
so-
It's you to me to Duggar to the guy that did Avatar.
Yeah.
I mean, to the dad to the guy that did
It
Avatar.
all ends up at all ends up with Kevin Bacon for some reason.
Yeah. And then
Feel a little footloose.
hey, but anyway, we're going to come right back. We're going to be talking tonight about some what's the stuff you guys watched? The Dead Walk stuff.
Yeah, the
Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead.
What
Oh
are you
yeah, The
talking
Walking.
about?
Duggar, do you watch The Walking Dead?
Yeah, what's
Oh,
that?
hell no,
See?
you don't
Yeah,
watch
he
it.
said yeah.
Yeah.
He said yeah.
No, I don't watch it.
No,
Oh,
good,
yeah.
thank
Ah,
goodness, thank
jeez.
goodness.
Just when I thought
Buster,
you
you
were cool.
watch it. See?
Buster
See?
watches it. The Mad NoMadder, he watches it. We're going to talk to him, and we're also going to call Jeremy up, and we're going to talk about tonight is WrestleMania 32
Okay.
in Dallas. Oh, no way, man. I don't know why all of a sudden you're snoring. I mean, we could always just talk about your love life on the air, and that makes everybody
We
excited.
could let just Chuck do
That's
that.
not- that's just
we
gonna
could let
take a
Chuck
minute.
do that segment while we go watch Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's what I call
What?
these guys, Duggar, the Talking Dead.
Talking
Hey, but anyway, hey, listen, I hope we have some great stuff coming up, and we want you to be involved with us if you would. We're going to be going to the Sunset on April 15th. which is the opening day over at the Ellis, and we would love. Listen, if we could get the Duggar and walk through there and videotake people or get them in the ticket booth and stuff like that.
I know.
Yeah, you video people at the drive-in. You're going to get some real good videos. You know what
Do
I mean?
they even do that anymore? That's
The
so
Passion
old
Pit?
school.
The Passion
Yeah,
Pit?
That's so old school now.
Hey, listen, man, I do
Old
that.
school.
I do that just to get out of the house. You know that in the
By yourself.
porta potties, truck stops.
Just sit there by yourself.
You sickos. All right, hey, listen, once again, we're going to be right back. We have Darren in the studios. We also have the Mad NoMadder Duggars with us. We have a full house tonight. You're listening to Rogan Radio. Hey, you're listening to Rogan Radio. Very special guest. I mean, Duggar had to leave, and what a great guest he is. The guy is absolutely a legend, and we have him here once again. We have a big contest coming up for the Duggar Dance at the Best Western. It's not going to be necessarily a Duggar Dance where you think it's going to be high school kids. It's going to be adults, and it's going to be fantastic. May 7th at the Best Western, and tonight we gave away a pair of tickets on the during the social hour to Crystal Richards, who's going to be here next week. Listen, we had nothing. There's nothing planned. I know it sounds kind of bizarre that she's going to be coming and cutting my hair, and Todd said
11, 12, 11, 12.
And somehow magically she wins tickets. So that means we're going to have a great time. Congratulations to Crystal Richards. Now in the studio we have the Mad NoMadder. Hey, hello, buddy.
Hey. We're glad you could join us this evening.
Now, first of all, you've been traveling around the country for a long time, namely out west. I mean,
yes,
it's namely out west, and you've documented a lot of really cool footage. So tell us basically about what can we expect, because we've been plugging this. I mean, we've been buddies for a long time, and now tell us what we can expect out of the Mad NoMadder videos, or what you want to do and everything else.
Well, for years I've been just going out west. A lot of places people's never heard of. I'm trying to make note. A lot of Route 66 stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of desert. That's why I wear this. It protects my head. And
plus, it's very fashionable. If I might say, it looks fantastic.
It's a nomad.
You don't have problems
so
with me wearing this, do
politically
you?
correct. It's so politically correct.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I can't wear this.
And that's exactly what it is. You're a nomad. I mean,
Right.
it's like you say, you're traveling. You're going out west. You're going to all these different places. Now, I saw some.
I rode camels. I've rode horses out there.
Really, they have camels out there?
Yeah.
Oh, I know you
I
ride
had
a
no
lot of things.
idea.
I didn't know they had camels. I knew they had like donkeys. On
Because
the
the
It's
Grand
just a little
Canyon.
stuff.
yeah, the
stuff.
Grand
Stuff.
Canyon. You can do like the donkey where you go all the way to the bottom down to
Now,
the.
let me tell you, you went out on the Route 66 a lot.
Yes.
Now, tell me, because Route 66 used to be like this big attraction. You would just go from Chicago or something like that all the way out west,
Santa Monica to Chicago.
and it would just be full of all kinds of cool little things,
Yeah, little like big giant ball string and all that kind of thing.
all kinds of crazy little
All
things
kinds
like
of
that.
roadside
Two-headed snake kind of attraction stuff.
Now,
like
how
that.
much is still on Route 66?
All of it is mostly abandoned now.
Is it really?
There's just a town between every maybe 50 to 100 miles that might have something cool.
Yeah,
A lot of it's tore
kidding.
down. The old road is gone.
Really?
but there's just a bunch of stuff out there. I mean, like
I
old
mean, you can see
deserted
it's like
buildings.
abandoned stuff, like some really cool stuff.
I'd like to go through.
It'd be
some of that
great
stuff.
to go film.
Absolutely.
Right there,
Well,
wouldn't it?
well, we don't need to go because we have the Mad NoMadders.
The Mad
I mean, if
NoMadder.
we were going to do some, we're going to do some new movies and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be cool.
Like
Paranormal stuff.
really paranormal stuff. Now you picked up a new 4K camera to do all this.
Correct.
Now how? Let me ask you this: when it comes to the camera itself, how? Because you've got to play with it a little bit, I assume, because you haven't taken that out on a trip
No.
yet. Because it's going to produce some fantastic stuff.
It has a stabilizer. That is the number one thing I cannot wait. Because when we're walking this video, never once thought this would be on YouTube or anything.
Right.
I just thought it would just be family video. So this one, stable. I can walk, run, and it'll be stable.
See, I like that.
It's almost like it's got a gimbal in it.
Yeah, like built inside of it. That's
kinda
cool.
Now, once again, we want to remind you that the Mad NoMadder, you have a Facebook page, but you also have a YouTube page, and that's where you're kind of sharing back and forth. But the name one, the big one, is the Facebook, or I mean, I should say the YouTube video, because that's worldwide. It's not nearly Facebook's pretty cool, but it kind of gives you analytics and stuff to who's going to see what and when. Whereas when you do something on YouTube, you hashtag something and people can literally search that out. And so far, you've got some pretty. I mean, you've only been on YouTube what, a couple 2-3 weeks now?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and
But you've got some stuff from.
All 6 continents.
Yeah, look at that.
All 6?
Well, there's 7, but who's going to watch for me?
Hey, you never know.
A bunch of Eskimos down there. That's where the aliens are, and Nazis.
Yeah, they still got Nazi camps up there, buried in the ice.
Antarctica or Arctica?
I don't know.
Hey, that's where the predators came down.
Yeah, absolutely. No. You say mischievous, I say mischievous.
I say mischievous, you say mischievous?
Yeah. Have you ever heard that term, mischievous? Have you ever heard
or
that?
Mischievous.
Is it mischievous or mischievous? Which one?
Mischievous.
Oh, I think so.
It's mischievous, by the way.
You can't say that. That boy's being mischievous.
That's why I failed a couple grades.
So anyway, what's your plans? Well, first of all, you've been out. We had this story last week talking about Yellowstone and this big volcano, this monster volcano that's underneath this thing that they recently found out about. 18 miles wide, 55 miles deep. If this thing ever blows, it's going to be 2,000 times the strength of Mount St. Helens, and it's going to kill a lot of people. It's going to wipe states off the map.
Yeah, the animals already know. They're running in circles and everything else in different places.
So when you know what, those animals, I mean, they tell you a lot. You know what I mean? Right. When you see them things going crazy, because they have that sixth sense.
So like when you're going out there now, you can see some really strange stuff.
Yes.
I mean, do you get just nature-wise?
Yes.
Really?
See, I never really put it together, but you know how they have the hot springs and the geysers, like what do they call it, Old Faithful?
Yeah.
That's because underneath that ground is so hot, and it's boiling that water, right?
What kind of strange things were like mountain lions having sex with coyotes, or what kind of strange
things
we
talking
about?
Having sex with
people.
Oh.
Hey, listen.
I wasn't involved.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's going back out there.
Well,
strange things. The mountain lions were running away from me while I was trying to mount them.
Some goat.
Listen, if when you go out there next time with this 4K camera, I want you to get on the back of a bobcat and take a ride down the street, on the back of this thing, and I want to see how steady that camera is. Then
we are going to do an ostrich race when we go to Virginia City.
Oh, no joke.
I don't know if I can. I may be too heavy, but I'm putting my wife's tiny ass on it.
You know what?
Oh my goodness,
that may
dude,
be
that
an
would
incentive
be
to lose some weight, so you can go.
Listen, I would love to try an ostrich race.
Yeah.
I would, because I've seen those people. Man, those ostriches.
Those are crazy.
They're big birds too, boy.
Yeah. And
they're big birds.
They'll peck
All right.
you.
Once again, you've seen about every continent on the planet that has internet connection.
Yes. I have seen him. I see him.
And then you have all kinds of videos. Where are the videos? How many videos do you have up now on the YouTube station?
Total 20.
20?
Internet speed sucks.
Yeah. So how about Yellowstone? I know some stuff on Route 66. Give us. I mean, is it just basically just your travels from
mostly Utah? Yeah. I got coming up is going to be the Indiana Jones set locations in Moab.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Listen, is that the one where from the Last Crusade?
Yes, the double arches.
Oh
and the
yeah, that is cool as shit. I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark today. My son-in-law's never seen it. So we're watching this, so we watched it.
Dave's never seen.
He's never seen any of it. He's never seen any of them.
I got the Blu-ray edition.
I do too.
Set,
I do too. So we watched the first one, the original.
Oh, Buster, you're going to have to get some good
Courtesy of
stuff.
my wife.
You're going to get some good stuff out there, especially with this new camera. Man, that is great. Once again, that's the Mad NoMadder. You can check him out on Facebook. We'll have links up for that on YouTube, especially. And if you're worldwide, you daggone know who he is, because you're probably sitting in Antarctica somewhere, saying, "I wonder what
is the Mad NoMadder?
What is Route 66?
What is this Route 66?
Can you imagine somebody in India saying,
I know, right?
I can't help you so with your Microsoft thing, but have you ever heard of Route 66 in the Mad NoMadder?
Is that your best? That's the best you could do?
Whoa, that doesn't sound good.
No, it did not.
Well, how about this? Kiss my ass. Did that sound good?
I heard that loud and
Did you
clear.
understand?
I heard that.
Did you understand that?
I got something in my eye right here.
Buster, thanks for... Listen, we're going to have you on, and once again, we're going to go ahead and highlight you every chance we get, because you're going to be kind of like our eyeballs out west of Rogan Radio. And, I like how we are doing some cooperation and stuff like now, because to me, it's absolutely interesting, because I'll never be able to go out there.
Well, you never know.
Why
Now,
not?
I do have something special for you guys.
You can go
out there.
Ooh.
I am going to go to Area 51
Oh,
for you
Get
guys.
shot?
You're going to go to Area 51?
I've seen these
Yes.
videos where like these guys you can as long as you're not inside that fence, right? You can camp out and everything.
And listen, you're going to see stuff.
Now, I'm going to call and say, hey, you guys know Rogan Radio. Well, I'm going to try to broadcast live from out there for you guys.
That'd be fantastic.
We're gonna-
If you broadcast live, you got to go on the other side of the fence,
So we can hear
as
the
far as you
bullets.
can go.
and listen,
And then once the video cuts out, we'll know.
Yeah, okay, that's it. That's as far as he made it. Thank you, Buster.
oh, man, that's going to be a
Wearing
good
this.
time.
Yeah, don't wear that.
I'm
you
sorry,
might want to
sir,
wear a red shirt and
But I
brown
am
pants.
lost. I am lost. Is Area 51 related to Route 66?
Yeah. I just heard a whole big thing about oh, what's it called out there? The famous
Roswell.
Roswell, yeah. I just
Yeah.
listened to a whole big podcast about that Roswell.
Very interesting stuff out there. Listen, Roswell. You have Area 51 out in there. I guess they're both in. Well, Nevada is Area 51, and New Mexico is Roswell.
Yeah, and you know what? It wasn't even actually Roswell. That wasn't even where this thing crashed. It was like the next town over. I can't remember what it was
It's just
called.
too small. It'd be like saying if it happened in Shinston, and then everybody would say
Erie.
Clarksburg.
Right? Yeah, something like that.
It's like saying something happened in Pittsburgh, but everybody says it happened in Lumberport.
Well,
Something like that.
I guess so.
I don't know about that.
Close
Anyway,
enough, Chuck.
hey, Mad NoMadder, thanks for stopping down, brother. We're going to keep in touch, and we want you to keep it up to date. We'll put it on our Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, anything we can, brother. It's
Thanks
cool.
for having me.
All right, brother. We're happy to see you, and I like this new look you got. Look
I
at
like
this.
it. We got
I
4
might wear
seats
this to
here.
work
Just
tomorrow.
wanted to touch
Don't
it.
wear it. Hey, listen. Don't wear it to work.
Oh,
So, don't wear it to work. You might not be allowed on the computers.
Okay.
Hey, you're listening to Rogan Radio. Hey, we are back on Rogan Radio. We had the Mad NoMadder in just a
I had to
segment
hold
ago.
my breath.
We had the Duggar in. This has been a fantastic episode. We had a great time on the social hour, which, once again, if you are listening to the podcast, we have 2 podcasts every week. The first podcast is just simply entitled, oh my God. Listen, I don't know. Listen, Jimmy is the loudest person on the
Every
planet.
time he says 5 seconds, I want you to do that.
Listen, every time Jimmy drinks or eats, it amazes me to the fact that he has 2 kids, which he might not. They might be mine, because there is no way Stephanie would ever get crazy and do anything with somebody that does that. But then again, maybe that's why she does like it,
Hey,
because you're
I'm going to
slurper.
raise him regardless, because that's the kind of guy I am.
Well, you're
You
a
are
good
a
guy,
good guy,
guys.
Jim. It
You know
doesn't
what?
matter.
Tell him to stay out of my bank account too, by the way. Anyway, tonight, one of the big things is, now, this is one thing I don't know. I don't watch The Walking Dead. I know it's huge. It's big. It's really big. Now, but they split things up, right, in 2 segments.
2 seasons. 2 seasons.
2 seasons that would normally be one.
Well,
So-
yeah, it's actually 1 season.
Well,
They
it's a-
split it in
Yeah,
half.
it's a half a season.
Yeah.
Right, so you would have, what, six episodes?
and then another
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
Yeah. 6
Okay,
or
so
8.
we're hitting the 6th episode. Is this of the first
No.
segment of the year?
This is the end of season 6.
Yep. the
Period.
End of season
So
6.
this is a season finale tonight.
Yes.
Hour and a
An
half.
hour and a half.
Also, this is going to be big, so you
Yeah,
guys don't want
it's
to miss
also,
this
I
stuff.
think it's going to be 90 minutes, I'm pretty sure, too.
Yeah, so if
Yeah,
you're
that's
still
an hour and a-
It
talking,
might be 90
so if
minutes.
you're still talking and all of a sudden all you hear is Chuck and everybody's mics drop, that's because he went too long.
Yep.
Yeah. Stop.
No,
Go.
you
Stop.
guys have you
Yeah,
been
we're on a time
watching
crunch.
it? Have you been watching it since it started?
Since
Oh,
season
yes,
one.
Season 1.
Yes.
Absolutely. Buster, you watch it too? Cindy, you watch it?
Well, you
Oh,
know
you
Cindy
have to.
watches
Yeah,
it.
with Darren.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us in here. that
I've
watch it.
absolutely never seen the daggone thing. Is it that good? Tell me
Yes.
about it. What's going to? What do you think's going to happen? Well, leading up to last week's episode, where are we in season 6 of The Walking Dead right now? What's happening to make me want to watch it?
Well, you got to get on this thing.
We're about to
man.
meet a new
Well, there's
villain.
a lot that's happened. I mean, to sum it all up in just last week's episode, you're just not going to be able to.
I mean,
Yeah, it's too much.
after 6 seasons, there's so many people that have come and gone and died. As of last week, one of the biggest characters, Daryl, has been shot. So
And women are going to go crazy if he
yep,
dies. They'll
yep,
boycott
There
the show.
will be a riot.
Now, which
if
one's Daryl?
Daryl
crossbow
Norman
guy.
Reedus from Boondock Saints.
Is he the original guy that was?
Oh,
in
yeah,
this from
he's
the
been
beginning?
there.
he's
Yeah.
been since-
The one
He's
whose
been
wife
there
was
since-
whatever.
No, no, no,
Woke
no,
up in the
no,
hospital guy.
No,
Like
that's-
Jeremy with long hair.
Oh, I see. I see.
So
So
he's kind of like the dirty redneck guy.
oh.
Yeah, motorcycle,
Yeah.
stringy, dirty.
No, he's
hair.
a zombie, right?
Well, he
No,
might
no,
be
no.
after tonight. I don't know.
He's not.
He
a
might be
zombie.
tonight.
No,
We'll
yeah,
see.
he might be tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that, now in this show, it's about it's like a post-apocalyptic thing, right?
Right.
And you have like people that are normal, but then you have the zombies, which is kind of what makes it kind of exciting. Now, do the zombies like bite people and turn them into zombies too? Like,
They absolutely
do
do.
they?
They
Yeah,
absolutely
well,
do.
here's the thing about that though. The whole thing back in season 3, I think it was when
Right.
or maybe 2, when they were in the CDC in Georgia. Everybody's already infected.
Everybody on the planet is.
Everybody is infected. It's
So
when
no matter
when
how you die,
Yeah,
you
no
come
matter
back.
how you die, you come back.
So if you have a heart attack and
So-
fall over on the floor,
I'm gonna
there,
come back as a
you're gonna come
zombie.
back
You're
as a
coming
zombie.
back.
So we got to
Regardless.
take a knife and
But
stick
but
it in
a
your
bite,
head.
a bite makes you get sick and die quick.
Quicker.
And then you
Right.
come back.
So now let me guess: is there something going on in the show where there's going to be some kind of a carrier that they don't get sick from this thing? And if somebody that dies,
don't
like it's
know.
That hasn't even surfaced
Hasn't
yet.
happened.
Oh, wow.
But see, there's a group of people that that it follows, and every so often there's a new bad guy because like an apocalypse, you got people that take over, like form a little group and they're badasses and they want
Sure,
to just take
sure.
all the everything. So they encounter different groups. Well, now they're coming up on this new guy, Negan, who's supposed to be like the ultimate bad guy.
ultimate
you know
bad
what
So
I
this
mean?
is this is what you're saying with this guy that they bring in new bad guys every now and then. It's like when they bring in these like stupid kids, like when you watch the Brady Bunch for 6 or 7 years, and then they bring in these kids that come out of
antagonists.
nowhere, like Simon, whatever the hell his name was. Who was that Simon in the Brady Bunch?
I can't
The
remember.
stupid
I
little
didn't-
kid.
I don't. My sister used to watch the Brady
Yeah,
Bunch.
I mean,
never did.
I thought they brought that kid. They should have beat his ass and just threw him underneath that daggone Woody station wagon.
Yeah.
and turned him into a zombie.
Yeah, there you
that would
go.
have been cool. And he could have ate Mike, and he could have had some of Sam's meat.
Yeah,
he could
some
have
of
ate
his
Sam's
pork
meat.
chops and licked on Alice
Sam's
a little bit.
meat.
Now listen. Now here's the thing too.
Alice
now
likes Sam's meat.
so tonight, you're looking at a season finale.
Season 6 finale.
Season 6 finale? Now this is coming back for season 7, right?
Yep.
We hope.
They've already been okayed for 7.
It was announced.
Yep.
Now first of all, who does this? Who writes this thing?
The
Nick-
comic book creators, Scott Gimple,
And
Robert Kirkman,
oh no, that Nicotero. He does the
Greg
show.
Nicotero.
Does he have anything to do with the comic book, or he's just
I don't know
showrunner?
about the comic book, but he's definitely a show writer.
Yeah.
So now,
And AMC is the hosting channel.
so when it comes to it, though, is this the first time they've ever put anything on TV? And is it? I mean, you know how like JJ did like Lost. And
Yeah,
then he's
no,
going to
no.
other
Yeah,
little
this
different
is
things.
kind of the first thing.
Yeah.
But now they got a second one. They got Fear the Walking Dead, which is actually it's a spin-off, but it actually deals with the when the apocalypse started. It's another group of
Basically a
people in
prequel.
LA. It's kind of like a prequel, yeah.
I got you. So, okay, we're at season 6. I don't know shit about this show. Tell me what your predictions are, what you think is going to happen tonight, because you guys watch this, you know the whole storyline. A lot of people that are listening to the podcast, I'm sure, or kind of know the story. What do you think, Captain Earl? What do you think is going to happen tonight?
Well, last week we saw Daryl get shot. We know he got shot. But then they said, what do you say? Oh, don't worry, it'll be okay or something like that.
Oh, you'll be all right.
He
Yeah,
got
I
captured.
kinda- yeah.
Glenn got captured. That little cute little
Michonne and,
Mexican girl. What the heck is her
Rosita.
name? Rosita got shot or captured Carol and Daryl. So we don't. I mean,
What do you think is
Now,
going to happen?
I kind of agree with Darren. What do you think?
I don't, as far as I think Carol's going to get it.
I think so
think
too.
we're finally gonna
Somebody's
lose her.
going. I think somebody's going to die.
Because
I think Carol's
if
gonna
you
get it,
think
too.
about it, I mean, this whole most of the second half of the season, almost 2/3 of the season is focused on her, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah,
I think
You
it's
know,
gonna be
and-
Maggie for a 2-for-1.
Maggie
Maggie,
for
2 for 1.
She's
That's
pregnant.
2 for.
It
She's
may be.
pregnant.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
pregnant.
Oh, that would be a good one to wax then.
Yeah, we've already had one baby on the show, so and she's growed up a little bit. I mean,
But-
she's less than a year old.
But
so-
what
Yeah.
Maggie was having some some
Serious
issues
Yeah.
going on.
What if
there.
she
may
gives, what if
lose
she
that
gives
kid.
birth to a zombie baby?
Oh my goodness.
Well, she was having like miscarriage symptoms in the last episode, so she
you
was
know,
that
that
could
could
be
be
it.
how she goes. Her baby turns into a zombie and eats its way out.
Yeah, eats her from the inside. Eats her cervix and her ovaries and her fallopian tubes.
That's not really.
Fallopian
Well,
tubes. Now,
And
think
her
about
birth
it on
canal
a-
and
think
chews her
about
way
it on
out
a
of the birth
realistic-
canal.
Think about it on a realistic version. What happens? What happens if that baby's stillborn? Not stillborn, but dies in the womb.
it's
It'll
going to
turn
be
into
a
a
gonna turn.
zombie.
Yeah. Oh shit. Never
Speaking
thought
of the
about that.
fallopian tubes,
That's
what-
bad.
Yeah, that's real bad.
speaking of the,
bad.
Speaking
listen,
of what?
I don't know when the Mad NoMadder. I don't know if you've ever been to Rome, but if you do go near the Colosseum, about 3 blocks down, you pass the Vatican on the right, and then you go through the fallopian tubes.
yeah.
Listen. It's just if you have
Can't
a.
wait to enter that.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, man.
Right in the fallopian.
I'll tell you
tube.
what, it's the fallopian
Okay, it's
tubes
about that time.
in Italy. Okay, so anyway, you think somebody's going to die, you just don't know who.
Yeah, I think
And-
so. I think someone's going.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm with
gonna be
Darren. I think
somebody
it.
big.
I think it might be Carol. I think Daryl might dodge this one, but I think Carol might go.
Carol, and then
Yep.
we
We have Abraham too.
Mad NoMadder, you're saying
Yeah.
Maggie for sure, and she's going to die from the
Although
inside out,
Denise-
more or less.
Yeah,
Although Denise took the arrow that Abraham takes in the comics, so it's
yeah. Did you hear that? It was actually supposed
My
to
goodness,
be.
this is sounds almost too complicated for me to
She
even
got
start
shot.
watching.
She got shot.
Man,
Well-
soap opera.
My goodness
I don't
gracious.
want to make a plug here, but I'm going to.
Do it.
I have a Facebook group that's called The Dead Walk. It's a closed group, but anybody can, you can join if you just submit a request on there. It's called The Dead Walk. and it's where all of us addicts go and talk about it. And
Addicts.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
I mean,
Sounds
we're,
like you
we're
guys.
seriously addicted.
So okay, so when you just go on the Facebook, look for
The Dead Walk.
the Dead Walk, and then send a request in, and then Darren, you run that
Yeah.
site there, you run that page, and that'll be that. Hey,
And,
Cindy, come on in here for a second. Cindy in here, lovely and talented Cindy. Hello, Cindy. You're in charge. We didn't have a mystery word last week, but you're in charge of the mystery word this week. It can only be one word. You just need to come down to the microphone, and this is going to be a chance for a Rogan Radio decal, so it's very
So
important.
just think of any word. It doesn't.
Any word,
Whatever
just,
word you
whatever
want.
word,
Word and
whatever
say it in
comes.
the mic here.
Oh, it just has to be one word.
Done. Drum
Drum
roll.
roll.
Yeah, anything. Just
I can't take it.
just bang. Wham. There you go.
Zombie.
Zombie. All right,
Very
there you go.
appropriate.
Look at that, right on the spot.
Thank you to Cindy for this word, mystery word of the week. It's zombie. Hey, once again, thanks for the Duggar to coming in, Mad NoMadder, and thanks for Darren and Cindy both talking about the Walking Dead or the Dead Walking, and then the Dead Walk on the Facebook. You know what? Go ahead and send a link for that. We're going to put links up for the Mad NoMadder on the Facebook page, his Facebook page, and also YouTube stuff. Until next week. Thanks for listening to Rogan Radio. Make sure you tune us in on iTunes, Stitcher, Facebook, what is that? Google Plus, Twitter, all that kind of shit. Really do appreciate you listening. It's Rogan Radio. Peace out.